Just coming into the newsroom, Fulton County DA Fani Willis making her next move in the appeals fight over a disqualification order that left her on the election interference case against former President Donald Trump. Well, this afternoon, Willis filed what's called a notice of cross appeal. Legal experts say it's a procedural move that could allow the DA to raise new issues before the Georgia Court of Appeals. Meanwhile, all new tonight, a Georgia Senate investigative committee just heard testimony from a former employee with the Fulton County DA's office.
Now, she is accusing the DA's office of planning to use grant funds illegally and retaliating against her when she raised concerns. Now, this all comes as the committee looks into claims of misconduct against District Attorney Willis and her office. Zach Merchant with the 11 Live political team here to break down everything we heard in that hearing today, Zach.
You're right, and we should note, too, this comes just a few days after DA Fani Willis's big win in the Democratic primary to keep her office. She, of course, moving on to the general election. Let's talk about what happened inside this committee meeting today. The former employee at the center of it all, her name is Amanda Timpson. She was hired under former Fulton County DA Paul Howard as the director of gang violence and intervention. But she says things changed when Fani Willis took over the office. Under Howard's administration, Timpson says she helped write a federal grant proposal to operate programs at a new gang prevention center for youth. The grant was worth more than $488,000, but once DA Willis took office, Timpson says her role in the office was abolished and she had to apply for a new one. She was then hired as the director of juvenile diversion. She had also a new supervisor at that time. And not long after that, she says, she was told the grant she helped write was going to be used for other purposes.
This was the first time that he kind of mentioned that what he wanted to spend the grant on, and he articulated that he wanted to spend the grant on computers, travel, and swag. I quickly kind of interjected and let him know that those were not things that we could do with the grant.
Allegedly.
Now smile about that! Smile about that, you fat bitch!
She says she also raised concerns about a smaller grant for a junior DA program that she believed was being used improperly. She says when she took her concerns to DA Fani Willis, she was immediately demoted to file clerk.
Which changed not only the function of my job, it changed my schedule, it changed my location, it changed, this is frivolous, but I was taken off the website. I was essentially like banished for what I saw to be protecting her at the time.
Damn!
Now, this all happened throughout 2021. Timpson says she kept trying to raise concerns about the funds and her treatment, and in January of 2022, she says she was fired. She ended up filing a whistleblower lawsuit against the DA's office. Her attorney says that case is still tied up in court.
So, Zach, any response at all from the DA's office?
Yes, and we got it just in roughly the last hour and a half. Spokesman Jeff DeSantis shared a statement calling Timpson a holdover employee from the prior administration. The statement went on to say, Ms. Timpson was unsuccessful in 3 different positions and performed poorly under the supervision of 3 different supervisors. Ms. Timpson's claims of wrongdoing by this office are untrue. She has shopped her false claims in multiple courtrooms. Almost all have been rejected, and we expect the remainder to be rejected soon. That's the statement from the DA's office. It is also important to remember, though, these hearings don't have any legal bearing. The Senate committee cannot take legal action against the DA, but it can recommend changes to state law or budgeting for the DA's office.